Benjamin Sharp coming from Stages Cycling with the workout today with Stages Kitchen Sink. It's going to be interesting doing workout mode here today. We've got Benjamin with us on the over audio from Stages. And then we've got Ben Delaney live with us from the garage with BikeRadar. How's it going there, Benz? Let's go to Delaney first. Delaney, how you doing? Good to have you here with us.
Hey, Nathan, doing well, thanks. At least doing fine for now. Benjamin Sharp has got a fairly mean workout cooked up for us. I was just chatting with folks here in the game saying that, Benjamin will make you fast, but he might not necessarily make you happy in the moment. So we just need to get over the hump here with some 10-second sprints, and then we'll settle in for the rest of the workout.
This looks interesting, Sharp. So 2:41, 5 minutes, but then I'm seeing a lot of red, a whole lot of red in this workout. 7:51 for me off of what my FTP is. What are we after here, Benjamin?
I call this the kitchen sink because it is a little bit of everything. It's a great opportunity, especially in sort of your preseason now, to work on some kind of race type effort for some Zwift racing.
Right on, sweet. So looks like the warm-up's pretty good there at that 10 minutes steady here, pretty chill, but then some tempo in there for 5, a little bit of rest for 3, and then it looks like we're gonna be doing a whole lot of sprinting, but coming back down to like endurance/tempo space, it looks like there for a little while. So definitely looks like a little bit of crit racing type stuff going on maybe.
Yeah, that's exactly right. A lot of big acceleration with a little bit of recovery, followed by more acceleration, just like you'd see in a criterium.
Sweet, right on. We do have, we should be live over on Zwift's Facebook as well as live over on Twitch. If you do want to interact with either of the Bens here, we can get all of your comments, questions. You have questions about the workout, bring them right on in. We will make sure to grab them from those places. So make sure to go ahead and tune in with your questions, comments. We'll bring them on in to the Bens actually. So take a look through here. Some of the comments already coming in. Looks like over at Twitch. I'm gonna grab those real quick here. Looks like Racing Bike's in the house. Good to see you, as well as Frank the Tank. It's Wednesday. Good. Yep, we got Workout Wednesday here. Good to see you there, Frank the Tank, as well. Johan, good to see you. And if you guys have any questions whatsoever, make sure to bring them right on in. I think we are looking to go. Well, it looks like we're going to ZCL. So it looks like we're actually live on Zwift Community Live. So I got to grab that real quick here. So have you guys done a lot of? I think Benjamin obviously seems super familiar with workouts on Zwift. Ben Delaney, have you done a lot of workouts on workout mode on Zwift?
Yeah, quite a bit. Sorry, just let me texting here within the game. 2 seconds.
No worries.
Yeah, the group workouts, for me, it's sort of the sweet spot. Like the group rides are fun and races are. We did one live the other day. Those are fun and hard, but I think the group workouts for me are sort of the sweet spot because it's a quality workout for sure. Plus, you still get the social part of it. So
yeah, for sure.
I would say, probably I don't know, half the time I'm on Zwift, I'm doing some kind of set workout, either as a group workout or just something that I've cooked up in Training Peaks and brought over. And then the kicker holds you to it. The kicker will keep you honest.
That's
for better or
true,
for worse.
True. Are you guys both on smart trainers then, right now?
I am on a kicker, yeah.
I'm on a kicker as well, and so is Ben Delaney. Gotcha, right on. And do you guys use erg mode for this then? Like make sure that especially for these 10-second sprints, sometimes people say maybe on efforts like that, you back off the erg mode, or do you suggest erg mode for this specific workout?
I actually recommend the erg mode for this workout. I think that Zwift does a really good job of kind of smoothing out the erg mode relative to some of the other software that's out there, and I find it to be very useful.
Right on, sweet. Looks like we got BikeRadar hanging out too. Thanks a lot for the share. Appreciate it very much. We've got a guest here suddenly. Thanks a lot, appreciate that. My wife Lindsay coming in chatting about BikeRadar with us real quick. But I want to give a shout out real quick to them. Thanks a lot for the share. And if you do have any questions or comments you want to bring from over on BikeRadar's Facebook, make sure to bring them into the original post, because then we can interact with them directly. So head on over to ZCL's video post, and we'll bring all of your questions or comments right on in. Frank Overton's coming in saying, slow down, Ben Delaney. Benjamin Sharp. I have a feeling that that is a friend, most likely, of the two of these guys out here today. So, is that, you guys familiar with the name Frank Overton, I have a feeling?
Never heard of him. Yeah, no, Frank's one of our buddies here, part of the bustling Boulder, Colorado cycling scene. He's been like Benjamin Sharp, has been a professional coach for, I don't know, since the black and white days. Also, like Benjamin, he worked with the USA national team for a bit, and he worked on the road side. And Benjamin, you were strictly on track cycling, right? With your time with USA Cycling?
Started with the junior national team.
Okay.
And was working with the road and track program there for about 5 years. Moved into the track endurance program in the lead up to the London Olympics.
Nice. And
we scored some hardware there. Right?
We had a successful quad. Earned a couple silver medals in the women's team pursuit and the women's omnium.
Ouch! Wow. Nice.
Now, Track World Championships just happened, right? Was that Los Angeles?
Up on Sunday in Apeldoorn, Netherlands.
Ah.
Yeah, I was seeing Coach Hendy posting a whole bunch about that, actually. So.
That's right. Greg's running the track program there now. The team had a lot of success. They came away with 4 medals.
That's awesome. Really cool. Cool. So, looks like I'm kind of stuck here right now on 147 watts for some reason. I'm going to see if I can fix that. And you guys aren't familiar with the pairing screen? That's what it looks like. We're going to grab our maybe 1058. We'll see if we can get that to go. But as we try and get connected here and grab back onto the pace with these boys here at the front, it looks like a couple more coming in from social media here. Great indoor track coming from Marco Grunenberg. Now, Marco, are you chatting about the track where Worlds was held? Or are we chatting about the track? You guys got a local track, obviously, then over in Boulder that you guys use a lot, eh?
Our track.
One more time there, Benjamin.
Velodrome here, but it is an outdoor velodrome.
Oh, not using that too much right now, or do you guys get out on it? I mean, how do you guys do the training then there at this time of year?
You're looking at it.
Yeah, exactly. He's with.
Gotcha. Yeah, I see. Of course, then. And so, do you guys have a lot of specific workouts that are aimed then toward track cycling that you do on Zwift and with stages then? I would assume you'd have a whole bunch of them then.
Yeah, for sure. You know, the nice thing about the workout mode on Zwift is work out any way that you want. And several of my athletes have used Zwift trainer in the past when a velodrome's not accessible.
So looks like I'm gonna get dropped full on from the pack. Unfortunately. We've been trying to work on this.
So what is the threshold? What is the threshold for staying with the group? Because I was telling people, as long as you're pedaling, it's fine. You'll stay in the group. And then Frank Overton, whose comment you brought in, he led a workout for us, and he was soft pedaling it, eating his breakfast, and got straight up dropped as a leader. So my theory that just pedaling to stay in the group workout was wrong. Is it?
Yeah, I think.
Is there a minimum percentage or wattage or?
So I'm not exactly sure on the exact numbers, but I think you have to hold a certain percentage of whatever that ask of your FTP is, and then it will fix itself, or not, like keep you with the group. So I think that there's a certain amount of work you do have to do in order to hang on to the group. Looks like I found a little bit of a bug in my smart trainer right now. So for some reason we're stuck at 147 watts all day long. I am trying to get connected with the Bluetooth, but it's not going through. So we'll see if we can get the workout in on my end. I want to do these 751s. I really do. Maybe we'll just pretend. Maybe we'll just pretend that we're getting them done. Pretend that we're getting them done. But now I'm not going to be held to the standard here, though, with the ERG. Now there is some ramp up I found when you're going into a big wattage like that, right? Like you kind of have to anticipate it, especially in ERG mode. I found just a little bit, so that you don't just go into a death spiral of like low cadence. Have you guys found something similar at all?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I feel like you have to get on top of your cadence a couple seconds before the big effort starts. Especially, I think the kicker in particular is ruthless that way. Or if you wait until the high power goes up and you're caught picking your nose at 60 RPM, I often will come to a standstill if that happens. So it's helpful to have the little glowing semicircles seeing the effort coming up, and so I'll just start a little sprint into those, and then try to keep the cadence high through the higher wattage.
So
intervals.
I absolutely love those. Actually, those on-screen
Cues.
Cues, yeah, the on-screen cues that come through. I actually love those. Actually, all right. So I unplugged and plugged it back in. Now we're in the death spiral. At least we have power. Oh my gosh.
Power's good.
Power is good. Power is good. All right, so here we go. Now the heart rate's starting to go up. We're good to go now, it looks like. Reconnected. And I gotta get out of this 54 RPMs though. Oh man. All right, so I probably didn't get a good enough warm up now though. Now I'm just starting to get in my 241s here. And I'm not gonna have the blood flowing as well. We were stuck at 147 for almost 15 minutes there. It's gonna be fun. So.
Oh, you're in luck. We're about to start some recovery.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, I really need it. Really need it at this point. Big time. Oh boy. So it's still using the climb there, Delaney? You still on the climb?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's the climb I discovered, it stays flat. The climb will not climb during workouts for now. I don't know if that's going to be changed in the future, but similar to how when doing workouts, the gradient won't affect what you're doing, as it defaults to what the coach says. So whatever Coach Sharp puts in, that's what you go with first and foremost.
Is there a gradient setting actually in the workouts? I didn't even know that.
No. Just like that. I mean the power specified.
Gotcha.
Is what drives it.
This looks really difficult.
What?
50 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, I could
41.
I could use a little remote here and elevate or decrease the the front end of the bike.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, it would be kind of cool actually to see if coaches could. I mean, Benjamin, would that be something you would utilize if it got put in a game?
Oh, for sure.
Right on. Yeah, I would think that if you were trying to do some torque intervals, climbing focused intervals, you would, if there were the option, I mean, I guess very small number of people right now, but down the road, if an athlete had the option to have gradient changes on the front end of the bike, along with their resistance change, it would be a really great feature for coaches to be able to add that into the intervals.
You could get the specificity for the torque that you want. Position climbing.
Yeah, for sure. It'd be able to increase the climbing. We'll have to have you speak up just a little bit, Benjamin. Sorry. If you can, I think the fact that the trainer's in the background, the app is assuming it's very loud and is trying to make sure that it's getting your voice there. So I know that you're trying. Benjamin's also leading the workout and letting people know what to do while he's leading the workout too here. So we've got Benjamin working really hard right now on all kinds of stuff, all at the same time, answering questions. Now, if you do have any questions for Benjamin, make sure to bring them on in to the broadcast here. Let us know. I am watching chat over at Zwift Community Live. Hi, Nathan. Your mic level is, shouldn't be. Looks all right, but I appreciate that. And then looking through here, Mike is also saying, it'd be great if I could afford a new kicker and a new climb. That is a good point. That is a good point. Coming through. I bet you hear that a little bit lately, Ben Delaney, here and there. I bet some of the comment section here and there when doing reviews on the climb about, only being available with the newer version of the climb or of the kicker.
Yeah, it's only compatible with the 2017 version of the kicker, and which is the direct drive smart trainer, and then the 2017 version of the kicker snap, which is the wheel on. And that's two reasons. One is because the bike needs to pivot, but also because the brains of the operation is the trainer. That's what drives the climb.
Gotcha.
Oh, here comes the first of these 10 seconds. Oh dear.
Yeah, I'm gonna ramp up here. 750. Whew.
I think what's more concerning than the sprints is the tempo in between.
Yeah, 750
for me.
to 241.
As a sandbagging sprinter guy.
It's gonna be interesting. Might be a hats off day. This one's gonna hurt.
I have been impressed how casual you keep it during these things, Nathan.
I can fake it pretty good.
Got the cans on the ears, the baseball cap on, like you're playing a video game, not driving a bike.
I do plenty of that while riding, so lots of games and riding. Whew. The original setup pre-Zwift was World of Warcraft and Dota.
What was the second one?
Dota. It's
no say Dota.
Oh my goodness. All right, this is gonna hurt. I can tell. Get a little music going here in between, because I think talking is about to become very difficult.
Yes, sir.
Number 3. Here we go.
I like how the screen starts to go gray. First few times I saw it, I was like, what? I'm going hard, my vision's getting blurry. Oh wait, no, it's the game. Or is it? Still not sure. So, stages on Tuesday. You know, Stages Cycling, everybody knows, the power meter company. On Tuesday, they've got a group ride, Turn Up Tuesdays, which is a kick in the teeth. I did that yesterday, and I'm still very much feeling it today.
No recovery.
No recovery. Like hard or very hard for the next, what, 6 minutes?
Really wishing I had it.
I just got a big red failed from the game.
I got a half
short on that
star.
one.
Somebody's breathing.
Yeah, I'm hurting. I'm hurting good. You're well over threshold.
Five more to go. Oh dear. One,
Yeah, I
two,
might fail
3, 4,
this.
5.
Bring it down.
Can you change the erg setting on the fly?
Oh yeah. Woo! So on the left, I dropped to
In
10%.
settings?
Oh, so the erg mode.
Yeah.
Not sure about that. Be cool if you could. Just turn it off mid-ride.
Yeah, have the uncle button. A little white flag you can click. Yeah, in the meantime, I definitely use the arrows at left. It gives you up to 10% of uncle.
Well, more than 10. More than 10! Ah! All right, here we go.
Hearing things falling on the floor. Getting desperate. 3 more.
Taz, it's the ERG at Taz. Good question. Look at it in a second.
This is a brutal one, Benjamin.
Yeah, it's hard. Heads down.
Remind me of this at the top of the hill in the road race next week.
All right. Where's that fan? I start these things with a space heater going, then switch off to a fan. Definitely the fan portion of the ride right now. Okay. 2 more punches in the gut. Benjamin, I'm thinking rude things about you right now.
Woo!
Rude things.
It hurts. It hurts. Whew.
All right. Last one. Ouch.
Yep.
Ouch.
One sec. That's off. Whew.
Uh-oh, it's getting serious. Hats off.
More fan. Hats off, more fan. Ruined. All right, so good question. Let me do some Chaz. So I'd have to say that the ERG at times does make it difficult, Chaz, to hold the right cadence if it has lag. So, like, at the end there, it was really difficult for my trainer to understand the needs of its drag at times. So it thought it needed to give me more drag in order to pull 750 or longer than it was ought to because of the leg. So you have to estimate that stuff out. And also, some people for sprints do turn off ERG.
Yeah. I have a few friends that do that. That keep erg mode on for tempo and thresholds, because those are more sustainable. And for sprints, turn it off, and then you do what you can, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I find
Same as outside, right? You're not
yeah, exactly.
in
You know, like
environment outside.
Right. Yeah, and it's like, you know, Benjamin or Frank, will give me a plan that I'll follow as to the best of my abilities, and the shorter efforts or lower intensity efforts I can usually do to a T. The higher ones, I try, you know, but you can't always get there.
Well, I just finished the Tour of Italy challenge.
Buongiorno! Ciao, Signore Sharp. How long was that?
That was only 3 minutes.
100K?
Recovery.
100K?
1,200.
1,200.
1,200K. Woo!
You were asking, Nathan, you were asking him how he trains in the winter. Well, that's your answer. You know? Oh.
See, my threshold's good right now. Those VO2 over
as far
overs,
as,
not so much.
Yeah.
This will hurt toward the end. You can already see it.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, Benjamin is saying in the game that the change in power here is subtle, but I'm seeing basically like a 100-watt swing.
To make that change in 100 watt, hugely dramatic. With
and yeah, the unders are often. Sorry. Go ahead.
Playing with your threshold, just above and just below our bodies to process the lactate tolerance.
Yeah, he said sometimes the unders feel harder, and I agree with that. I don't know if that's just a psychological thing. I think, okay, now is a rest, but it's not really a full rest. Why is that?
Because of your threshold, you, quote, stop, take recovery. Through this workout, we were doing, you probably see it in your heart rate, lactate is increasing throughout.
Yes.
And then at the beginning, the same exercise for 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, stages is the real deal, boys and girls. Oh my goodness, it's hurt.
Yeah, I can tell you from experience, like doing the stages ride yesterday, those ladies and gentlemen inside the stages building practice what they preach. It's quite effective when out on the road. I can't prove it, but I have a theory that stages higher is based on FTP. Just judging from the turnout in the parking lot. Oh.
One more. Here we go.
One more minute here.
Champions on staff and 2 world champions. It's actually
and there's national titles for days, huh? I'm on recovery.
Oh yeah. Ah. 3 minutes. Here we go. Yesterday, I think I had one of those days where you don't eat or drink and coffee.
Yeah.
Coffee bomb day.
Yeah.
I think I'm paying for it right now. Whew. I'm gonna drink 2 bottles of water.
Yeah, good call.
You know when you're only 30 minutes in and the roof of your mouth is screaming that you're dead? That's better. Looking through some of the comments here. Adam's in. Never seen you without a hat, Nathan. Suave. No problem.
Yeah, me,
Adam's in.
me either. Yeah, Benjamin Sharp, you've done something special to get Nathan to pull the cap off.
Yeah.
Usually he'll just be cruising along, no, 300 watts, just
Nose breathing.
Oh man, it's good. Good stuff. That I'll definitely tell you, opening up of this workout was definitely, quotes, something special. Hey, 750, then 250, no problem. Let's go. All right. Like, what is that in watts per kilogram, I wonder? It looked like I was being asked to pull 10 plus watts per kilogram for 10 seconds and then back off to 3.5. That's insane, dude. Like, that's pretty nuts. I love it. I think we're gonna have a lot of people looking for this workout. We get those questions afterwards all the time. Where can we find this workout, Benjamin?
That's a good question.
Oh man, is there a website
you got a
that people
descent
can go to and you know, sub, or somewhere they can go to like hang out, or should we just leave that alone maybe?
Yeah, I don't have anything up.
Okay, gotcha. Whew.
Easily
Join Workout
put up a
Wednesdays. Join workouts on Zwift.
Exactly.
Anytime Benjamin's doing a work, join
There
him
you
on
go.
Zwift. Get your hats taken off.
Yeah, there's your tagline. Workout Wednesdays. It will blow your hat off. It will,
Blow your
yeah.
hat off. Oh, man. Woo.
All right, so we've got another 5 minutes of over-unders, and then what's coming up? I can only see just this string of Christmas lights.
I think we have some longer tempo.
So yesterday I talked to Adam Zimmerman, who was the guy that won the U.S. Zwift National Championships. Yeah.
He's in Twitch
Homeboy
chat
did.
right now. He's hanging out in chat right
Oh
now.
yeah?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Super nice guy. And super strong guy, evidently. He did average 4.3 watts per kilo for the full 90 minutes.
Oh,
And then his sprint at the end was something like 15 watts per kilo, which was the highest on the board. And
Yeah, the boy can go.
he uncorked
He
it.
can go.
He uncorked it at the right time. Yeah, got the W. I was really impressed by
what did they do?
Benjamin Sharp. I don't know if you caught this, but he is on a Zwift team called Team Draft, and they race it like a road race, in that they've got a team director watching all these different monitors. They're using an audio chat, so they're talking to each other.
Oh, that's very
In
cool.
some ways they had, yeah. So, you know, like somebody takes a flyer And Adam could ask his team director, how's he looking? And team director could click over to that rider's screen and be like, oh, his heart rate's 195. He can't sustain this. And then they did a lead out at the end, and just, yeah, it was neat to see how dynamic the racing was.
There's a great Instagram post of their director, actually, in his point of view, what he was doing during the race.
Yeah.
Way cool.
Yeah. He didn't blow his hat off, but he did have it backwards at the end when it got intense. We started yelling at the screen. He wasn't even riding.
Yeah, they're hanging out in Discord channels, just like this one. Ooh-ah. Oh, those stars. Love them, hate them.
Yeah, I'm not
Lots of teams take it super seriously in that respect. Lots of DSs out there. Ooh.
Yeah, it was like this Venn diagram overlap of cyclists and gamers.
Yeah.
It's a whole culture.
I think I'm still paying for the first TeamSpeak Zwift ever had. I wonder if it's still used.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing with these new. Hard to tell what's going to shake out. And I was like axle standards for road bikes when the first disc bikes came out. What's it going to be? Quick release? Or through axle? What? Dimension through axle. Eventually it settles out.
Of course, come on.
Oh yeah.
Just playing. Mountain biker coming out at me. There it is.
Yeah, 10 years later, we're starting to catch up here. Like, you know, these disc brakes, they're pretty effective.
Just a little bit. There's no way I could ride a rim brake. Oh my gosh, on a mountain bike ever.
These gravel bikes are funny now. Some of the mountain bikers are like, you know what? You roadies are just going through the same process with these so-called gravel bikes that mountain bikes went through. Like, hey, wider tires, a little suspension, maybe a dropper post.
What do you guys put on those gravel bikes?
I think it just depends on where you live. You know, that's the whole thing. What gravel is means 10 different things to 10 different people.
Yeah.
You know, the 35 mil Schwalbe G1 seems to be kind of a sweet spot globally. And it rolls fast. But you still got some good grip and some good cushion.
Schwalbe does tires. All they do.
They do tires.
They're good at that. So, similar with us on the mountain bike, depends on where I'm racing. You know, if I go out to the West Coast, what do I need, a 2.54 really, or 2.3? No need. You know, light, faster. In the corners, it's gonna slide over sand no matter what. You know what I mean? If I'm at sea island or something. So
Sure.
just make sure it's fast. If I go to the East Coast or tight single track Midwest, I'm gonna need that bigger tire and knobbiers on the side. You know, so I might take a hardtail to Sea Otter for parts of that course, or to whatever I'm doing on the West Coast. But you know, I'm fully just about anywhere else. So I guess it would be kind of similar in the gravel situation, hey? When you're getting pretty serious about it.
Yeah, for sure. And just like with mountain biking, conditions too. You know, your dry hard pack tire is not your mud tire, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you can, if you're somebody like yourself with skills, ride a slick in the mud, but you'd be happier with something with a toothier profile. And yeah, you can race a big mud tire on hard pack, but probably be better off with a plow tread.
Your gravel races in the mud are so hard. It looks like because it could be a day of like grinding mud. The rain stops, and you still have 50 miles in drying out clay. I mean, it just looks. It looks brutal. It really looks brutal.
Yeah, so I'm getting ready for this race called the Land Run 100, which is out in Oklahoma, and I'm packing gear that I've never packed for in 20 years of racing bikes, either road or mountain bike. Things like a single-speed conversion kit and a chain breaker. So basically planning for the derailleur to get ripped off by the mud and turning the bike from a multi-speed geared bike into a single-speed bike.
How many people
during the darn event? That's ridiculous.
What's the percentage of people who actually have to do that in one race, I wonder? I bet you there's like a good number that just have to make the swap.
Well, yeah, and a lot of folks have just decided to start on a single speed. And some of that's like single speed culture.
Just get
single speed. I'm gonna end up here anyhow. Might as well start. Some guys started asking the promoter, hey, could I switch gears halfway through? He's like, no. You gotta run what you brung, you know? But I appreciate the spirit of these races. So, like, if you go to the, Benjamin, you're killing me. You go to the Land Run website, register, go to rules. Number one rule number one, don't be lame. You know, it just keeps it fun and grassroots.
Heck yeah.
Rule number two, don't cut the course, comma, see rule number one. That makes you lame.
Everything is based on the assumption of not being lame.
Yeah, but none of this like UCI, we're gonna get a tape measure out and see how far your aero extensions go or weigh your bike, you know.
Pretty quiet in the group. I think everybody's liking this one. Or absolutely hating the kitchen sink right now and loving it afterwards. Whew.
Kitchen sink's getting heavy.
It is. Whew.
Nathan, do you have any races coming up?
I don't
or
know.
They let you, are you locked to that? Are they locked to that trainer? They let you out? Yeah.
I do race this year. Probably won't start till midsummer. Whew. We'll see.
Are you based, Nathan?
Might be an off year. What's that, Benjamin? See if we can get that through. So I'll have to start doing like things that are a little more epic. Use that word pretty precisely.
Well, so what sort of mountain bike events? Epic, like Cape Epic?
No, USA.
What kind of epic we talking here?
So the Epic Ride series is pretty cool. I've been looking at those. Otherwise, I'm just liking the idea of points to points right now, rather than traditional cross country. So
sure,
we did traditional cross country pro racing for almost 10 years, and a lot of Midwest stuff. Conquered. There's a couple I still have my eyes on. Outside of that, I'd like to focus on a couple of big events a year. That's about it.
Yeah, I think point to points have broader appeal in that, you know, circuit races, whether on a mountain bike or road, are fun if you're in the hunt, you know? But if you're not, you're doing a fundamentally different thing. You know, like the group off the front is doing something different than the pack is doing something different than the people out of the back.
You're just chasing.
These point-to-points.
You're not with the front. You're just chasing.
Yeah. But a point-to-point, you're still having that same adventure type thing, regardless of where exactly in the race you are. I don't know, that's kind of the appeal for me.
It's more about beating the course.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Together.
Last one. Here we go. Almost there. That is a good workout. Woo.
And not a lot of fluff in that one.
Not much at all. What kind of TSS do you think we'll get out of this? I'm guessing 65 out of an hour.
That sounds right to me, but Benjamin would know better.
Yeah.
I wish I knew better.
Oh man, saying nice workout, nice and varied. So, you guys are at elevation right now? Both of you? Or no?
Yeah, Benjamin's a little bit taller than I am, so he's probably 5,000 feet, 2 inches. I'm 5,000 feet even here in Boulder, Colorado.
Gotcha. So
I'm in my basement, so.
Okay. I'll sit up taller and I'm higher.
So do you guys Zwift other places and see a difference in your power?
For me, I don't think I've Zwifted at sea level, but I've certainly ridden and raced plenty at sea level.
Yeah,
and it's a pleasant surprise to see a boost in numbers.
Yeah, for sure. You can see that.
At least initially, you know, you got acclimation will tweak things, but yeah, to pop out to California and see a 5 or 7 or 8 or 9% bump.
I wonder if there's ever been anybody taking data though from, because we know we have it outside. I wonder if there is a difference between indoor riding on this kind of a platform at sea level and how much the difference is. I mean, obviously oxygen to oxygen, but I've always been a proponent of all of the controls that you can have with an indoor trainer. The temperatures, the what you can ingest more easily, what you can control when it comes to pedal strokes, just a lot of different motivators as well as power sources too, and what they're doing with your dynamic movements versus stationary movements. So just wondering if you ever had the ability to compare files to files from elevation to indoor training at elevation. It's probably no big deal, but interesting. That's all.
No, physiologically, I think it's going to be basically the same. When we would bring athletes to the Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs, which is feet, we would be indoors on an ergometer, be able to what the difference is between sea level and elevation.
What kind of percentage would you see, Benjamin? What kind of percentage would you see there, usually?
any good coaching answer, it's going to be, it depends. Ben was spot on. You know, somewhere between 3 and 7%.
Gotcha.
You
Yeah,
have a lot of the same athletes.
I came to, I think it was Boulder. Where did we have these? Where was this? No, there's a Pro XCT race, and I raced a Pro XCT.
At Springs.
Yeah, at Springs. Yeah, I was at Springs. Yep, we were at a park up in the hills.
Yep.
And
Palmer Park.
Yeah, that's it. So I raced there on Saturday, jumped on and got just absolutely demolished. Like, what just happened? Came back, and I was like, I can't function. I was like, what is happening? I came back and won a race against all top 10 USA Cycling podium material at the national level and won by 3 minutes. It was like, what just happened? Like, and I think it's also compounded by athletes who do have a little bit of asthma, and I found out throughout my career that I actually did have lung issues. And that probably gets compounded, I would think, by the elevation even more. If you already have some sort of a breathing issue, though.
Definitely can. It kind of depends on what the trigger is for your asthma.
Yeah, gotcha.
It's certainly not doing you any favors.
No, it's not. I also felt like the stress, though, from the day before and the openers on the lungs, I was almost, maybe it was all psychological, and it's that whole, like, placebo effect that, wow, yesterday I couldn't breathe, and today I feel like my lungs are unstoppable, and I can just pump oxygen to my legs all day long. But when I came back on Sunday, it was like, I felt like Superman. But not saying there was any adaptation or anything like that. I think it was just like a, like more of a psychological thing probably, that all of a sudden I felt like I was free.
I was just having a conversation with someone that I coach about or getting late to a race, not being able to do a warm-up, and then winning the race.
That's actually exactly what happened, Ben. Like, I jumped off the plane, landed in Madison with an hour and a half to go to the start, got there, built my bike, and went to the start line. It was like, and just walked away. It was like, good to go. It was really odd. It was so odd, dude.
I bet your next race, though, you didn't plan on missing your warm-up.
No, not at all. Not at all. Nope.
Yeah,
but
I'm sure.
And the way things like that work, sometimes there are just these outlier moments. You know, you just happen to have a couple that compounded on themselves.
Yeah, that'll be memory forever. That's for sure. That was definitely an interesting one. I have that memory etched in my mind of having my bike on the side of the road next to my dad's car in pieces and hearing Don call people to the line. Like, okay, it's time to go.
Well, I bet your heart rate was elevated, you know, so you didn't get, maybe you didn't get the legs warmed up, but the adrenaline will definitely get the heart going. That's
for sure. Oh, man. Good stuff. You know, when you're in the plane on the way there, looking at the time on the watch, like, am I going to make it? Am I going to make it? And you're thinking, I got nothing but plane legs. The whole time you're thinking, this is not going to end well, you know, but you never know. Never know. Those outliers, that's a really good way to put it there.
All right, looks like we're wrapping up here.
That was a hats off.
Yeah,
68. What'd you get for TSS? There, guys.
Yeah, 66. You called it right there.
There we go. Ooh. You can definitely see the max heart rate for me. Look at this. That front end was so hard. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
That was like, and you can see the ramping of the heart rate, the the decoupling as we went on, or you know, the drift, the cardiac drift.
Yeah.
As it went up, like. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I like to do sprints outside, but I'll go hard and then I'll just post, have a little drink of water, and then when I'm ready to go again, so that to drop down to tempo and then hit it, and then tempo, then hit it. That's brutal, Benjamin.
That was brutal. Super brutal.
That one's kind of a classic. It's one that I give, that I just like, if an athlete's race is canceled or they miss a start,
Nathan.
to do Tuesday or something, this is a good substitute.
Gotcha. Yeah, it definitely felt like a race. Oh my goodness. Definitely felt like a race. Benjamin, are you running any more workouts out on Zwift? Is this like a common thing where you're running group workouts?
It's only as common as when Ben invites me to do it.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Right on, right on. Well, hopefully we'll see you out there more. I think everybody really enjoyed themselves out there today. Definitely. This is cool. I love these screens afterwards here. I actually need to follow Mr. Delaney here, and I need to follow. Where's Mr. Benjamin Sharp? Is he on here? He should be on here with me. See if I can find him and give him a follow.
So many ride-ons. It's hard to keep track.
There's so many. It's hard to keep track here. But thanks. I appreciate you guys' time. I really, really appreciate
Hey, thanks for having us.
the time, you guys. That was awesome. It was a great workout. And make sure you guys go ahead and check out BikeRadar.com. Follow them over on YouTube there, as well as, is it StagesCycling.com then, Benjamin?
That's right.
Okay. Sounds good. Check out Stages Cycling as well, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. That'll be it from us. We'll talk to you later, Benz.
All right. See you guys.
Right on.
All right, right on, right on. And that'll be it for me as well here for Workout Wednesday. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Really appreciate everybody out there, all your questions and comments. We will see you tomorrow, I believe, for some, maybe we'll do some more Gold Rush. We'll see. We're going to have a chat with Johnny and see what we have coming up next tomorrow. Again, Women's Week is starting up as well, so make sure to watch out for all of the stuff we're going to be doing for Women's Week. So thanks, everybody, for tuning in. As always, right on.